lot of people get nervous about roommate situations, hall situations, or whatever that is. I wound up, I called my roommate one night before college, and we had chatted for like an hour. It wasn't that we just like hit it off. It was just we had a lot to cover because we come from completely different backgrounds. Him from Virginia and I'm from Maine. So, and then we found things that we held in common and things that we could talk about. And we developed a friendship over the year. And you're not always going to get along with a roommate. Fact of life. But you can always be civil with them.
Yeah.
So, is it as big of a worry as most people make it out to be? Probably not.
And as long as you're both being honest and considerate with each other, right? Like as long as you actually care about what the other person needs to function for a school year, and you're honest about what you need, then you can always find some sort of compromise or like way to make it work. And a lot of times it is positive, even if I wouldn't say most people are really awesome friends with their freshman roommate like later on in their college career, but they at least get along all right, It's like you learn how to cope and work with another person and develop a important working relationship, which is a really important skill for the rest of your life. So it's actually a good experience regardless, I'd argue.
Yeah. I was quite worried about getting along with my freshman roommate before I came here, and I didn't get along with him. But it wasn't like bad, like we hated each other, it was just there was no connection between us, they were not at all similar. But we were civil, and we made it through the year fine, and went our ways.
But I've also heard of people who absolutely love their roommates.
It's true.
And like they got in the room and they're like, oh, yes, you're my other half. And they spend all their time together and they form really good friendships. And I actually know a bunch of friends who, as seniors and juniors are still living with the roommates they had their freshman year. And for example, if I had been born's not the right word, placed in the hall that I had last year, I would have loved it because these guys, they all love their roommates. They all love their hall. Like they get along really well. So it can happen. It's not scary.
No.
It's not scary.
Like one of the crucial things is like laying down some basic ground rules, like finding out like some of those like triggers for each other. So like one of my pet peeves is getting woken up like really early, things like that. So like, asking if it was possible for her to be quiet earlier in the day, or like, one of her pet peeves was she hated it when someone sprayed like perfume or anything in like, because we have relatively small rooms, like she couldn't stand the smell of perfume. So we would do that out in the hallway, little things like that, that really make everything a lot easier and kind of like communicate that like I'm willing to bend a little bit on my personal habits if you're willing to bend a little